Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Car Reviews Podcast here with CollectorCarCanada.CA. Today we have a car that's an interesting car as it is, but it's part of a special collection, five of which we are going to have on the website. So, the background on the Big Guys collection is that sadly, a long time and successful Ford Lincoln dealer up in the Ottawa area passed away, and he had assembled quite an impressive collection of cars over the years. The family has decided to retain most of the cars, but they're fearful that some of them just won't get the use. And 18 months later, here we are. We're really honored and really excited to have been chosen to dispose of five of the cars. So our job is to find five hobbyists who are going to be the next caretakers of these five cars. So the first one today we're talking about 1979 Lincoln Continental Mark V. You might know the marks, the series over the years. This 79 is the final year for Mark V. It was a short run, 77 to 79. And 79 is the only year where the 400 cubic inch V8 engine is the only one offered. So this one's going to be lot 250 on CollectorCarCanada.CA. Often we do a startup of the cars. We're not going to do this here. We've got five of them to shoot, so we're a little pressed for time. But we do have a startup video on the detailed listing. Again, it's lot 250, where you can hear the car starting, you can hear the engine idling, and the exhaust, of course. We have several other videos demonstrating the car on lot 250. But that does it for the intro. I'm going to grab the camera that's shooting me right now to hold it by hand, and we'll walk around the car and give a good tour. Here we go with lot 250 on CollectorCarCanada.CA, a 1979 Lincoln Continental Mark V. All right, so like I was saying, we do have a dedicated video to the startup, engine idle, and exhaust on the detailed listing for the car. So please have a look and listen at that. You can hear the big 400 cubic inch V8 in all of its glory. You can also hear it at slow speed, but we have a couple of slow speed driving videos on the detailed listing as well. So in 79 for the Mark V, there were several various sort of limited edition series. This is maybe the one most preferred by collectors. It's called the Collector Series, and we've got a midnight blue finish. You can see the gold vertical bars on the grille, and the Mark V badge is also in gold. And there's also this pinstriping here, sort of a triple pinstripe down the sides, as well as through the center of the hood. So the center pinstripe, that's not one you see often, but Lincoln fans will be familiar with it. In those short driving videos, you'll also see the retractable headlights in operation. So no problem at all with those. And the one fault I find with the car is that it's a bit dusty. We're just with the passed away owner's daughter, and she was telling us rather that the collection was all cleaned in January. We're shooting this on April 16th, 2025. So sitting in heated storage, a dedicated facility here. That doesn't do half of it, but please do take a look at our tribute to the big guy for a little more detail on the building. But heated storage, a state-of-the-art dedicated build for the big guys collection. So continuing on, we've got the turbine factory wheels here with the chrome on the outside but blue inside the spokes there, you can see. And we've got a matching set of tires all around. They're a brand called Travel Star, and these were fitted, I think it's 2021. We definitely have that on our detailed listing. And at all four corners, you'll find a 225 75 R15 size. So a square setup on the Travel Star UN 105s. neat detail, period detail, certainly for domestics in the period. The amber light, as you'd expect, is a reflector, and then that the one with the clear lens is for a turning light. So that's kind of a courtesy light for the driver when he or she has the signal on for each direction. That turning light comes on to help light the way of where the car's headed. 3 Ventaports here on the driver's side front fender, where there's a matching one on the passenger side as well. Dual mirrors on the sides, power on the driver's side, and then a telescopic controller in the center stack for the passenger side. But on that lens you can see heated. So the height of luxury certainly in 1979 with this Collector's Series 1979 Lincoln Continental Mark V. And here's a little badging to denote the Collector's Series, and a courtesy light here at the start of the vinyl roof. So all these Collector's Series trims would have had the, I won't say vinyl roof, but half vinyl roof. This one's also equipped with a power sunroof. Working our way towards the driver's rear wheel, matching tire, the Travel Star UN 106 225 70 R15. I took a look inside the gas door, the fuel door, nice and clean in there. There's a photo of it with the gas cap removed as well. We've got an appraiser's report on the detailed listing, or the bulk of it. We might have excerpted some personal information from it, but it was prepared in 2021 with an appraiser, certainly that we're very friendly with. He sends us the odd referral from Ottawa, and he noted that the car has not been winter driven, and he expects the 27,000 kilometers on the odometer to be true and original, but we don't have the documentation to support that. So I guess technically we're saying it's a TMU car, but if we've got the appraiser's blessing on that under 28,000 kilometers, to me that's a good sign. Chrome bumpers front and rear, both in quite nice condition, free of any pitting. I did see that the big guy who passed in late 2023, he bought this car out of a franchise Ford Lincoln dealer out of the GTA, but you can see with that dealer emblem that it's got some Western Canada history. Koch Mercury in Edmonton. So we've got the familiar sort of taillights that differentiate certainly the Mark V from the Mark IV. There are several differentiators, but to me that is a really big one, because the taillights on the Mark IV are horizontal, where these Mark Vs are vertical. We've got reverse lights integrated into the rear bumper here. And another nice touch is that the faux spare tire opening, or sort of allowance, is covered in vinyl too, to match that roof. And under this emblem, of course, we've got the keyhole to open the trunk. No trouble with operating that. We've got a Mark V emblem here. And here is the sunny side up. We can get a good look at the car in the late afternoon, early spring sun here in the Ottawa area. But not too much different on this passenger side from the driver's side. We've got that matching Collector's Series emblem on the vinyl half roof, and as well as the courtesy light, another turbine wheel with the radial that was installed in 2021. Hadn't noted this until now, but I do see a little flaw here, tiny light dent here on the molding, the chrome molding surrounding the wheel well. I'm pulling out a coin so that we can show it with a toonie for perspective. So there's the coin. You can see the coin's quite a bit bigger than the imperfection, but that gives you a sense of perspective on it. We might have a little bit of a blemish here in the chrome as well. Minor, but always worth noting. We like to show you these things. I just noticed an emblem, a car light emblem on the glass here. We did photograph those emblems on each pane of glass. So I guess there are 6 altogether, and we did find that car light badge on all 6. We can't promise the glass is original, but that's a sign that it might just be. Matching passenger mirror over here with the chrome cap, and another good look at the roof and the sunroof with the glass, and the vent ports on this side. We've got a power antenna with the car. It's in the down position now. Just we weren't operating the radio earlier, so that's why it'd be down. And one last wheel to look at. Again, the chrome turbines with the blue trim to denote the Collector series, to go with the midnight blue paint, and a matching set of tires all around. A couple light marks on the fender molding here as well, the wheel well molding here as well. I don't feel any dents there, but you can see some marking. And again, we've got the amber reflector and the clear turn light. We'll get a good look at the front of it here. So yeah, we cannot see the headlights right now because those headlight covers are in place, being that the headlights are powered off. But we had no trouble operating those earlier when we were operating the lights. Interestingly, the Continental in 1979 and other years around this time was also offered in 4-door form, but the Mark V part is what denotes the personal luxury coupe with this one. Again, I mentioned the bumpers when we were at the rear, but we see this front bumper. Nice chrome on it. I don't see any pitting on that chrome. Looks pretty darn good for a 79, I'll tell you. And front license plate bracket is in place. We do have a few photos of the underside on the detailed listing. Again, it's lot 250 for CollectorCarCanada.CA. Another light imperfection here. That one's on the bumper. We did most of our photos and videos inside, and I always like to get the cars outside. The natural light always provides a better view of them and a better opportunity to evaluate their condition. All right, time to have a look at the interior here. One thing I noticed, I mean, the interior also speaks to the likelihood of that sub 28,000 kilometer odometer reading being true mileage, because this leather on the driver's seat, barely worn, little bit of wrinkling on the driver's seat and the passenger seat, but that might have been there from the factory. But another little detail we noticed, this car, that same appraiser I mentioned, also mentions in his report that the car's never been winter driven. Despite that, the owner has a set of winter mats to protect what I believe would be factory mats. That mat really does match the carpet underneath, and then it's just as nice underneath the mat as well. So there's the base of that mat, and sure enough, there's a Ford logo. So these darn well might be the original mats. Either way, they're in really nice condition and showing evidence of having been covered by these heavier duty rubber mats. Got to have the floor mats to protect the floor mats. Interesting detail on the Lincolns of this late 70s. We've got the HVAC controls over here on the driver's left side, so only the driver gets to control those. And here we've got light switches. You can see the clock is operational, the Cartier branded clock. You can see that second hand moving, so it's always neat to see a car from the 70s with a functional analog clock. This car is equipped with an AM/FM 8-track stereo with a digital display, which was kind of ahead of its time for 1979. Among the many goodies that go with the car is not only a collection of period 8 tracks, but also the original brochures. So there are some details in there about, I thumbed through it quickly and I saw where the owner could choose from various sound system choices. As you'd expect from a Lincoln, full power, windows, seat, and locks. And this is an ashtray. We've got photos of them open and closed on the detailed listing, but that's an ashtray for a rear passenger. And you can see the courtesy lights are functional. Speaker in the door. And here's a good look at the sub 28,000 kilometer reading on the odometer. But as you can see, it's 5 digits, so we can't corroborate that by the book, but the condition of the car certainly speaks to the possibility of this being a sub 28,000 kilometer car. We've got some warning lights above the instrumentation. The speedometer maxes out at 180 kilometers an hour. 3-speed automatic with the 400 cubic inch V8. Driving the rear wheels only. We got a 4-way flasher here. There are 2 sets of keys, and you can see these might just be the original keys. Certainly they're a Ford item, and there's a Lincoln key ring. There are pictures of the other keys, of all of the keys on the detailed listing. So fuel gauge and that miles to empty area, another piece where Lincoln was ahead of its time, where this car is equipped with the basics, an early trip computer. And then we found a clean ashtray here. The lighter's up here. I think we found that it was pretty clean. Doesn't look like it's lit too many cigars. And another neat item with this one, another period piece. It's not only equipped with a CD, but it's equipped with a Ford CB rather. It's equipped with a Ford CB radio. And we also are offering some documentation about the Ford CB radio. And you'll see pictures of it again in the detailed listing for lot 250. I think we still have we've got the owner's manual in here, and there are various other manuals and brochures and documentation you'll see on the detailed listing that go with the car. There's a Mark V badge here on the far right of the dash facing. Cruise control is managed right here on the steering wheel with that fine wood grain finish or accent, I'll say, also quite prevalent on the dash face. So I think I'd like to show you the trunk too. That same, I always like it when we're able to read a credible appraiser's report, because it's interesting to see what the appraisers see. So to get at the trunk, we go here. Oh shoot, I dropped the key. Here it is. Round for a trunk on Ford product of the period. Put that back into place. Yeah, the appraiser mentioned that he suspected maybe the trunk's never even been used. Certainly it's very clean. A couple of pieces of lint in there, but that's about it. We've got a picture of his Collector Series tool roll unrolled so that all the tools can be seen on the detailed listing. This is a later attaché for an owner's manual, I think. I can tell that Lincoln emblem's a little different, but it just has a couple of extra accessory light bulbs in there as spares. And then this, another beautiful period piece, not part of the car, from the factory certainly, but it goes with the car. It's a Just Add Water 8-track collection, so some real gems from the period. But yeah, very clean trunk, and you can see a picture of the Space Saver spare on the detailed listing as well. Details, even the trunk, the bottom of the trunk lid is carpeted. So the height of luxury certainly in 1979. So we'll walk around it one more time. Midnight blue 1979 Lincoln Continental Mark V. So there's a good look at it. We still have the door open there, which is all right. And we'll move over to some closing thoughts. Okay, so there's a great look at a 1979 Lincoln Continental Mark V. This one's the Collector Series. It's got the midnight blue paint with a lot of gold accenting. You can see the triple pinstripe down the side. Same on the passenger side. There's even a triple pinstripe through the center of the hood, and gold vertical bars in the grille up here. So again, this one is from the Big Guys collection, showing under 28,000 kilometers, which we believe to be original, but are not able to corroborate. But look at the listing critically, all the photos. All of the photos and the condition of this car certainly support it. No winters, and some really great goodies like period brochures, the 8-track collection as well. So again, the last year of Mark V, and the only year where only the 400 cubic inch engine was available. So that's a V8 hooked up to a 3-speed automatic, driving the rear wheels. This one's lot 250 on CollectorCarCanada.CA. We're really excited to have this and the others from the Big Guys collection. So look for lot 250, CollectorCarCanada.CA. Thanks for watching, and on to the next car.